Hello everyone, it's the Sensitive Sage coming to you live once again from the Crystal Cave. I hope everyone is doing well. Obviously lots of things are going on right now. Big thing I want to talk about is the children. It's never more important for us all to stand up and do something about it. Here in Vancouver, is now getting to the point where they're going to try and vaccinate you if you don't have a mask on. My overall instinct is just like Rage Against the Machine. Get a speaker, get the mask, walk onto the sky trains with a few hundred people, and play some Rage Against the Machine while we're doing it. Because at a certain level, we can't capitulate to the control anymore. It gets worse and worse if we do. The children are the most important thing out of this whole thing. They're the future. They are the future, and we're at a time now where the forces of good have flushed out what is going on underneath the ground. So there's a lot. What's left is kind of floating around the surface. Part of the reason masks. Part of the reason why I have to speak up about masks. There's so many reasons not to. There's so many reasons not to. Wearing them, if it's not a full air supplied mask, it doesn't really do anything. Contaminants still get in. I've worked with that stuff for over 10 years. All the half masks and everything. The bite blocks, even the 60 seconds tops, it's like 45 seconds that it works. It doesn't work very, very well in the context that they're trying to sell it to you. On top of that, the condensation in your lungs actually does more collapsing effects than all this other stuff. And the bug, it's about collapsing the lungs, because that is the one bit. On top of that, 5G now. 5G in tandem with the mask, in tandem with COVID. It is what it is. But these things working together, that's what will cause problems more than anything else. And it's all about control. It's all about control. Stay inside. Don't go do this. Don't go do that. They're trying to keep the narrative lived on. They're trying to as much control as possible. They'll keep lockout going as long as they can, so they can establish control, right? This cannot go on anymore. It is time. If you're doing something little every day, such as spreading awareness or taking bigger things, initiative planning, getting involved, however works best. I don't really see much of a All Lives Matter here in Vancouver. There's one in Victoria that I'm got a bit of wind of. No, that's not even what I meant to say. I meant to say save our children, whatever. It's all the same, really. It really is all the same. Anyone has any kind of sensitivities about otherwise, well, you've got some hypocritical stuff to work through. Sorry. Facts are. It just is what it is. No judgment. But that is the future. If all lives aren't equal, then what the hell? And that's from all of it. Like, if you're seriously talking about spiritual ascension and spiritual enlightenment, and veganism is just as important. Detoxing is just as important. I mean, you're a herbivore. We're herbivores, right? Look at your digestive tracts. Do some comparisons. I'm an example of being raised on that stuff, the meat and dairy, all my life, and then I still haven't burned it off in all places, even though I'm down 65, 75 pounds, right? Some things you're just not meant to eat. And we're at this point now where we can choose, right? We can choose which way they're going to go. And there's always going to be variances with the population. But how evolved are we really? How evolved are we really? What are we really doing? What are we really... I've come across so many people that act, like an evolved, ascended human being. And you might be more evolved and ascended than some stuff, but then when you're a herbivore eating meat, then you can't do this, and Buck's thinking, and you're ignoring all the stuff that's around you, the 3 elephants in the living room. I'm sorry, but it's time. It's time. We all have to take back our power, because that's how this even happens in the first place, is giving up a power. You, me, we all. We all have this inside each of us. It is the consciousness, it is the awareness, and it is the action combined. The Holy Trinity. That's what it's all about. Nikola Tesla, 369. Same stuff applies. Solfeggio sound frequencies, 369. Root, heart, crown. Same stuff applies. So just breathing in, as I know. I don't mean to get wound up about this. I've been speaking for a very long time. It is nice to see. Big shout out to all the people actually doing something. It is nice to see people actually standing up. You know, actually seeing, actually doing things. Not just supporting the narrative of whatever. You know, not just being a follower, not just being a sheeple. You know what happens to the lemmings that follow the other lemmings? They all tend to follow each other right off cliffs and stuff, right? It's not a time to be followers. We're all being called to be the little G's. I'm sorry if this offends some people's understanding. Sorry, this is kind of how it is. We're all being called to be our own guru. We're all being called to develop our own awareness, our own knowing, our own sovereignty, our own abilities, our own connection. We don't need middlemen. It's about finding the middlemen in you, in your heart, in your soul. What is it you are made of? What is it you came here to do? What light shines just through you? What dark corners can you illuminate? What love and light and messages can you spread? These are the thoughts that should be going on in our head, but not trapped in the mind. Because that thing has its own design. It's about the heart and the mind working as one, as a single point focus. Because we are focused on the world we wish to create, and where your focus goes, attention flows. You'll hear me say this time and time again. It is so true. Although certain things like, again, focus and healthy nutrition, certain truths and ultimate truths speak for themselves, right? We're coming into a point where everybody, and I mean everybody, has the right to their own opinion. And I'm sorry if this next bit offends you. Truth hurts, but ultimate truths shatter opinions every single time. You can only bury your head in the sand so long before you suffocate. And I say that with the utmost love, understanding I possibly can. You know, we're here for each other. We're here. We are here now to be the best versions of ourselves, to lift up everyone else around. And in giving, we receive. It is important, though, to be sure and careful, you know, perhaps not being careful, but you can't give to a black hole and expect anything back. There is a balance there. So being intelligent with that, as well as wise and loving and open. What else can you be? Yourselves, ourselves, a one. We are one. One under the sun, this new feminine race son of Gaia. Coming into perfect harmony and balance that has not been seen for a few cycles on this earth, perhaps even longer. And truly it is exciting. What can you dream up? And I'm calling any and all beings of the highest service to other light and love who wish to come through with a message, codes, healing, clearing, removing any obstacles, flushing out any dense debris, Calling on the Mateo, Riki, Rahu, healing energy, sending golden ray codes. Archangel Metatron, sacred geometry, ultraviolet, golden Christ-light codes. Calling on Archangel Michael, Lord Yeshua, Archangel Uriel, Archangel Sandalphon to assist with some crystalline grid codes. Hi and a ho. Sending love and light to all you beautiful souls out there. The Adian light codes. Joy, joy, beloved ones, joy. The new beginning is now. Clearing out all blockages, calling on the pillar of light. And wherever any or all of you are right now, I bless you in the light of love. New insights are coming. A newfound depth in confidence and movement is here. There's so many ways life can change for the better. So let it be. With your hands open to receive. And be what it may. Today is a brand new, beautiful day. So just feel the heart codes coming through. Soak that in. I'm very much getting Archangel Metatron. Archangel Metatron, the gate, the grid, the portal. That sacred geometry is coming through right now, sending these codes to any and all out there at this time. Opening the gateway, opening the portal. To the heart. To the mind. To the ether. To the celestial. Sing your songs, children of earth, sing your songs. Now is the time. Now is the time. Now is the time. Breathing in and out. And I'd just like to take this moment to thanking each and every single one of you for taking your first steps on your path, or your 100 steps on your path. But the courage to go deeper and stand in your authenticity, to stand in your truth, even if that might make you feel comfortable with what you might be surrounded by. Definitely time to find a new way. And just knowing that it's in here, in perfect synchronicity for all that you may wish to be. Just know there is a divine plan where you were meant to make your stand. Letting go. Letting go. Letting go. And sending love to all those beings, though we don't bind, we don't allow any binding or any limiting of our gifts, of our light. No, that is not why we are here. We are here to set them free. Well, thank you for bearing with me. I hope you all have an amazing day. Don't allow anything to attach to yourself during the dream state. That's a big one. Before I go, recalling all your light, all your essence, all your sacred self from the dream state and reintegrating it, revoking all access to draconian beings. Have a beautiful day. Namaste.